Have you ever believed that lighting incense and bowing at a temple meant you were already a faithful Buddhist? Have you ever wondered why, even after all your rituals and offerings, your heart still feels restless, your life still feels chaotic? Welcome back to our channel. It's a privilege to have you with us again. Today, we're exploring a question that goes straight to the soul of spiritual practice. What does it really mean to believe in the Buddha? This isn't about superstition. It's not about rituals, it's about awakening. We'll journey into the profound teachings of Master Menckan, a revered monk who spent his life unveiling the truth behind what many misunderstand as faith. Let's begin with a common scene. Picture this: someone enters a temple. They kneel, light 3 sticks of incense, bow 3 times, and whisper a prayer, perhaps for health, for money, for love. Then they leave. Maybe they drop a coin into the offering box. They feel a sense of temporary comfort. But what happens next? Do their actions change? Do their values shift? Do they live differently? Master Menckan once said, "Faith is not about the smoke that rises, it's about the heart that awakens." In other words, the act of burning incense isn't meaningless, but it's only meaningful when backed by transformation from within. Faith is not a transaction. It's not about exchanging rituals for blessings. True faith, he taught, is a shift in the very core of how you live, think, speak, and respond to the world. Let me tell you a story of 2 brothers, both businessmen. One regularly visited temples, made large donations, and kept Buddha statues in every room of his house. The other rarely performed rituals but studied the teachings deeply, practiced compassion in his dealings, and used his wealth to support those in need. Years passed. The first brother grew bitter, often saying, "I've worshipped for years, what do I still suffer?" The second brother, though facing setbacks, radiated peace. When someone asked Master Menckan which brother had more faith, he answered, "The one whose life reflects the Dharma, not just the one who recites it." That is the distinction. Buddhism teaches that faith shraddha is not blind belief, it is trust rooted in understanding. It is the courage to live according to the truth, even when it's hard, even when there's no guarantee of reward. The Buddha never asked for worship. He didn't seek followers, he offered a path to liberation. And walking that path requires more than incense, it requires integrity, compassion, mindfulness, and right view. So what are the marks of true faith? First, true faith is reflective. It asks questions. It examines the self. It does not accept blindly. The Buddha himself said, "Don't believe my words just because I said them. Test them for yourself, as a goldsmith tests gold." A faithful person is not passive, they are inquisitive. They seek to know. Second, true faith is ethical. It transforms action. If you bow at a temple in the morning and lie, cheat, or harm others by evening, the bow was empty. But if you live each day with honesty, patience, kindness, and generosity, even without rituals, you are honoring the Buddha with every breath. Third, true faith is enduring. It doesn't vanish when prayers aren't answered. It doesn't fade in the face of difficulty. Like a deep-rooted tree, it holds firm through storm and drought. It says, "I walk this path not for gain, but because it is the path of truth." Master Menckan often spoke of the faith that grows through understanding. He shared that even those who stumbled, who made mistakes, who doubted, who lost their way could possess true faith if they kept returning to the practice, kept questioning, kept cultivating wisdom. Let me share a memory from a devotee who once felt disillusioned. She had prayed daily for her mother's recovery. When her mother passed away, she stopped going to temples. The Buddha didn't listen, she said. Years later, through a chance encounter with Master Menckan's teachings, she began reading again, this time not to get something, but to understand something. She came to see that her faith had been transcational. Slowly, She began to change not her rituals, but her heart. She stopped demanding guarantees and started living in gratitude. That shift transformed her grief. It didn't erase her pain, but it gave it meaning. It turned her faith into a source of resilience. This is the power of real belief. It doesn't protect you from sorrow. It gives you the strength to meet sorrow with clarity and compassion. Master Menkan once said, "True belief is not found in temples, it is found in every moment you choose awareness over ignorance, patience over anger, love over fear." So how can we know if our faith is genuine? Ask yourself, do I treat others with kindness when no one is watching? Do I examine my intentions? Do I take responsibility for my actions? Do I return to the Dharma when I fall? Do I see challenges as punishments or as teachings? These are the mirrors of faith. Faith is not about how many times you chant a mantra. It's about how many times you return to presence when your mind wanders. It's not about how many temples you visit. It's about how often you catch yourself before reacting with ego. You might still light incense. That's beautiful. You might bow. That's humbling. But let those acts be reminders, not obligations. Let them call you back to the deeper question, am I living in alignment with the truth? The most powerful offering is a transformed heart. Master Menkan also emphasized that faith grows through community, not through isolation, but through Sangha, spiritual fellowship. When we gather with others who share the path, we reflect each other. We correct each other. We support each other. And yet, faith is ultimately personal. No one can walk the path for you. No ceremony can replace your inner work. No title can substitute for sincere effort. The Buddha pointed to the moon. He never said, "Worship my finger." He said, "Look where I point." So let us not confuse the path with the pointer. Burn your incense, say your prayers, visit your temples, but let these be the surface of a vast ocean. The real practice lies in the deep waters, in your choices, your thoughts, your habits, your responses. Let every act, no matter how small, become an expression of the Dharma. This is what it means to believe not just in Buddha, but in truth, in kindness, in liberation. Thank you for watching this video. If this touched your heart, or helped you see your faith more clearly, please share your experience in the comments, like, subscribe, and join us again as we explore the truths that live beyond rituals and reach into the soul. Until next time, may your path be clear, your heart be honest, and your faith be alive in every moment.